It's me being late to my own live for me. Hello, y'all. Happy Moonglow Wednesday. Every Wednesday we go live. We talk about the energy, spirit guides, all of our spiritual updates. Who do we have here so far? I need to put on lip gloss or something because my lips are looking crazy. But I want to do some energy updates for the collective because there has just been a lot going on. I've popped on TikTok, on Instagram a couple times here and there, talking about, the energy of the new moon eclipse, especially what we've had. But first, hey, hello. Happy Moonglow Wednesday. Let me get my lights situated. But yeah, I just wanted to get into some of this energy and see what we need to know. Hey, Ari. Hey, y'all. Yeah, so we had whenever you're seeing this, right, is when you are meant to. So if you're watching this later on, then these messages will still apply to you. Hey, darlings. Happy Moonglow Wednesday. Let me turn on the fan because it just got hot in here for some reason. So I'm gonna turn on the fan, get that going a little bit, and we can get into some of this energy. Like, it's been a lot lately. Like, the energy has been super heavy. Happy Moonglow Wednesday. The energy has been super heavy and kind of just like, the energy has been kind of weird, honestly. And so for all of us who are kind of just like, what does spirit need us to know? What do our spirit guides need us to know? I'm gonna get into that, and we're gonna find out what we need to know about this energy. Okay, so let's tune in. I don't want to use this deck. Let's use a different deck. These are gonna be messages that you need to know. So let me start with this. So we just had a new moon, an eclipse on Sunday. And a lot of us are still kind of recovering from that energetically. We're recovering from it because it was a very emotional time. Like, the energy was very high and emotional. So during new moons and full moons, our emotions tend to be really, really heightened. Okay, but especially because this was a Pisces new moon. So a new moon means that the sun and the moon are in the same exact sign. So that amplifies the energy even more. And Pisces energy, I was talking about this earlier on a TikTok live, which I don't really do anymore. If you guys have been looking for me, where's Celia? Where is she going live? I'm going live on Instagram more often than not. So if you've been looking for me and wondering where I'm going live, it's on Instagram. Excuse me, every Wednesday I go live on Instagram. I just thought I would come on here for today, see what's up with YouTube. But yeah, so Pisces, the shadow side of Pisces. Hi, Latisse. The shadow side of Pisces is very confused. The shadow side of Pisces is, because what is the light side of Pisces? Hi guys, hello. We're getting into some energy updates for the past little while and like where we're moving towards. So I was talking about how the new moon that we just had in Pisces was just like extra, like the energy was energying. So yeah, so Pisces energy, when it is a light energy, it's not in its shadow aspect. Pisces energy is very dreamy and mysterious, but the shadow aspect of that is confused. is confused, is delusional, is just like, I'm not in touch with reality, like a little overboard, like very much delulu, like not in a good, like manifesting way, in a way of like, okay, I think you lost it kind of way. So a lot of us could be kind of sucked into a little bit of that energy where we're feeling kind of depressed, confused, alone, like what is going on, just very overwhelmed by emotions as well. Hello. If it isn't divine intervention, I don't know what is. I haven't been on time for a live or known about one for a long time. So good to see you. Last time I saw you live was TikTok 2 years ago. Stop. Well, hey, nice to see you in here. Happy Moonglow Wednesday. I've been going live every Wednesday on Instagram. I just happened to be here on YouTube this week. I've been crying. Yes, I have been crying too. Who else has been crying? Like, I have been bawling. On Sunday, the day of the new moon, I was bawling my eyes out. I didn't want to get out of bed. I ended up getting out of bed eventually, but I just want to let you know, if you're feeling this energy, it's not just you, it's a collective energy. And you could also be picking up on collective energy. That's very normal when it comes to us, people who are very sensitive, people who, you know, we soak up energy like a sponge, but that is why it's so important for us to be doing our spiritual maintenance, energy hygiene. Make sure that you are taking your spiritual baths. You're doing your maintenance, your cleansing around your house, around your room, your bed, you know, floor washes, door washes, everything, because what is that doing? It's just helping to clear the stagnant energy. But what I do want to say, and what Spirit has been very clear about, is when you are feeling like crying, especially over the next couple of months. Oh, I forgot that my other earring isn't in. That is so funny. The earring back fell off. And so I took out that earring and I forgot to take this one out. That's funny. I slept so hard on Sunday. Same. And so the energy has been very like draining, very tiring, sleepy energy. It feels very meh, if I do say so myself. Very meh. So let's see what other messages we need from our spirit guides right now. Remember who you are and embrace your inner gypsy. Okay, so we actually pulled this card not that long ago about moving your body. So earlier I had pulled a card about your root chakra, about grounding. So what we know about water energy, like I said, it's very flowy and smooth and emotional and intuitive. But what's the opposite of that? Being a little bit more grounded in reality. So what you are being called to do right now is make sure that amidst all of this chaos, amidst all of this emotion, that you are tuning in to your body. What does your body need? And chances are our bodies need a lot of movement right now. If you see these women dancing, it says embrace your inner gypsy, freedom, fun, music. Interesting. I've been feeling a lot more inspired and productive lately, not really sad or stagnant, which I've been trying to get out of. Good. That's good. That's good to hear. That means you've probably already moved past this energy. So we know in a collective reading that when something comes out, it's either the recent past right now or the near future. So if you've already passed this energy, then good for you, because this is kind of the energy that you're in, right? But for everybody else who hasn't quite moved through it yet, this is the energy that we're like moving through, moving into, and I'm here to help guide you guys through that with messages from your spirit guides. So something that can help you shake out this energy for all of you guys who are still crying, who are still feeling like you have a lot to release, somatics. Focus on your somatics. For everybody who is on Patreon, I have the somatic exercises that we did last month for the full moon meditation. I have that up on Patreon so that you can move through it with me if you need to, if you want to. That's going to be those are going to be very good exercises to do. But you don't have to be doing somatics especially somatic is just code for moving your body, getting in touch with your body. Okay, so yes, do them. Start with your root chakra and move up. I'm telling you, that is part of what kind of set off this last timeline jump for me, was doing those somatic stretches and movements. If you guys haven't heard, I launched my very first course, which is crazy because I had been going back and forth about what I wanted my first course to be and how much and how it would be formatted. Would it be a video or would it be like, what is it? But I finally launched it. It's on Patreon. The top and the middle tiers have access to it on Patreon. So it is called the Higher Self Slingshot. So it is designed for people who feel like they've done a lot of their work, but they're still not necessarily where they want to be as far as their manifestations coming in, as far as just feeling good about where they are, even if it's not where they want to be. Like if you feel very unsettled and you feel like, oh, there's so much more that I could be doing. This course is called a Higher Self Slingshot because it is designed, you guys will see me doing this a lot, it is designed to pull you back and fling you into an embodiment of your higher self. Because I think what I've noticed too often about my clients and just the collective in general, a lot of us, healing is starting to become more mainstream, right? You can't scroll through social media without somebody talking about, you know, healing, shadow work, which is great. That's beautiful. But what's happening is a lot of us are being very surface level with it still. We're kind of at this place where we know a lot of the terms and things, but we're not, excuse me, or you'll meet your higher self, but you're not truly embodying your higher self. And there is a difference between, oh, well, I met my higher self in a meditation, and embodying your higher self. So that's what this course is going to take you through, because when you are moving as your higher self, everything that is meant for you isn't going to feel like it's far away in the distance. It's going to come straight to you. So if you've been feeling kind of stuck, if you've been feeling a little, and somebody's throat chakra is all throat chakra-y blocked, but if you've been feeling a little just like weird about where you are in your path, know for one that you're exactly where you're supposed to be, but also if the Higher Self Slingshot course feels like it's calling out to you, definitely join us on Patreon. We've had like 5-6 people join Patreon in the past month, and they are loving it from what I've heard so far, which is dope. And they're loving the course. It is a dedication to shadow work, using your intuition. So if you're not willing to do that, it's definitely not for you. But we're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff too, meditations and spell work and cool stuff. But overall, needing to move our body, needing to choose joy, needing to choose freedom. One thing, actually, no, I'm not even going to say that. I keep talking about the course because I've been working on it and I'm so excited for everybody who's in it, for all of us to like move through this energy. So I keep talking about it and I'm like, wait, I can't tell everybody everything that's in the course. It's in the course. But basically moving your body, getting in touch with music. I have a bunch of good activities that we can do that will be in the Higher Self Slingshot course that will help you to not just do this, but like really channel it towards embodying your higher self. This message here, remember who you are. This feels very, very important as well. It feels like a lot of us, our ancestors are watching over us very carefully. So pay attention if you've been feeling drawn. Has anybody been feeling lately like drawn to do more cultural things? Like even if you might not know exactly what that is, pay attention in your life, like to what you feel like doing, and kind of notice like, is this something cultural that would have been done? And if you want to know those answers, set that intention and let spirit kind of bring it to you, because a lot of us are craving our ancestry, or our ancestry is coming through us. For example, I've been really wanting to dance a lot lately. My ancestors, dancers, right? Or if there's a certain kind of music that you know your ancestors loved, if they loved jazz, if they loved the blues. And it doesn't have to be like way, way back ancient ancestors either. It could just be like your grandma who passed away, your great aunt Susie who, you know, passed away, more immediate ancestors. It could also be that energy too. I'm also seeing somebody journaling. So your spirit guides are saying to make sure that you are journaling, especially if your throat chakra has been really mucked up lately. Your spirit guides are saying to journal, to get that energy out. I've been getting that a lot in my one-on-one sessions for people, where their spirit guides are telling them to journal. If journaling isn't your thing, writing isn't your thing, sit a camera or a voice recorder out and do that. Listen to that. Or record yourself talking. There's so many different journal prompts out there. I have YouTube videos with journal prompts. There's journal prompts in the Higher Self course. So my lock screen says, remember who you are with the long king on it. Oh, I got it in honor of my sister who's an ancestor. Yes, exactly. So I feel like that is not a coincidence. I feel like your sister's definitely popping in with this remember who you are card. It's talking about resilience, belief. To me, it's the galactic ancestors. Not sure who, but I need to connect with them soon. Yeah, definitely do that when you get a chance. Been waiting to get locks for the longest. I never looked into my lineage, but someone is wanting me to try them. I'm getting soft locks. Yeah, that is absolutely a cultural thing. I feel like it's going to be a lot of different ways for different people because there's so many mixtures of culture that we have in our collective. But you are meant to, I'm hearing, try something new, try something different. Maybe the recipes that you've been wanting to cook, or foods that you've been wanting to eat lately, foods that you've been craving. Make sure that you are experimenting with that. Ask your ancestors to be with you. That's one thing that I love to do, especially because I know I have some ancestors who are very good cooks. Excuse me. I will ask them to be with me and guide me while I'm cooking. Of course, leave something on the altar for them, for helping you. But a lot of our ancestors, they really just want to spend time with us. It's not even like they want like fancy gifts or candy, or some of them don't even want like, you know, alcohol or whatever. Like our idea of what an ancestor wants is, a lot of times they really truly just want to spend time with us, and ways that we can spend time with them are finding ways to connect. What are ways that we can sit and be intentional and just be with them? It's really interesting to work with galactic as ancestors because it's completely different than traditional ancestor work. Not in my experience. I have a lot of galactic ancestors as well, and it's really not that different. It's going to be different for everybody. I know that. But for me, my ancestral work and my galactic ancestral work is very, very similar. A lot of our ancestors, for those of us who are connected to ancestors, earthly ancestors, for a lot of us, a lot of them were connected to galactic beings anyway, or were galactic beings themselves. So a lot of it isn't different at all in my practice. But I know it's different for everybody too, how everybody practices. It's whatever makes you feel the best, whatever's comfortable, whatever your guides and ancestors are communicating to you, whatever they're responding to energetically, that's what it's going to be for everybody. A galactic ancestor, so that is somebody who wasn't necessarily an earthling. It's galactic. They are from different planet, different solar system, different like star races. That's what a galactic ancestor is. It's just somebody who they might have had. Some galactic ancestors have also had human experiences as well, but we just might not be aware of them. But overall, yeah, that's what a galactic ancestor is. Okay, but have you guys been feeling this? Like this connection, this wanting to get closer to your culture, to your heritage, that kind of energy. That's really what I'm feeling a lot of. Let me see if anything else kind of comes out about this. Does anybody else have like questions about anything that's been going on in their energy? Stop, tune in and connect. That's so funny. And we're talking about galactic ancestors, and look. Because it, and see, I feel like what my spirit guides are kind of bringing to me as well is they're almost kind of saying like, it's not even just your galactic ancestors that are galactic. Like we're all galactic in one way or another is what I'm getting. Tune in and connect. Nonverbal communication, intuition, messages. So a lot of us have been feeling, just like feeling that pull, that intuition. Definitely want to know who's in my collective. Like when I'm doing a reading, asking my guides what I need to know. Who's telling me that, you know? Oh, so that's not your collective, that's your spirit team. That's your spirit team. So a collective is usually going to be more, when people say the word collective, they're talking about all of the people who resonate with like the same frequency, the same messages. In a way, that could be your spirit guides, but we usually call that like just your spirit team. Yes, I did an ancestry DNA test and confirmed some things I've gotten in meditations. That's so cool. That's cool. I love when the human stuff and the spiritual stuff kind of come together because it's really not different. I've talked about that in podcast episodes, YouTube videos. Like we tend to think that our human experience is so different, and in a way it is different than our human experience, but at the same time a human experience is still very spiritual inherently without even trying. Like it is. Look, more about enjoying music. Okay, so pay attention to the music that has been playing in your head lately or the music that you've been wanting to listen to. Pay attention to all of those sounds and signs and signals because I feel like your music right now is telling you something. So if you have been wanting to just listen to like, you know, very vibey music, maybe some Janae Aiko, maybe some like India Ari, like I feel like your energy is asking you to, okay, like let me get a little woosah moment, right? Like let me get a little let me just be, I'm hearing be free. Let me feel flowy. Let me just vibe. Maybe you are more into like booty shaking music right now. Maybe you have been hearing a lot of like twerk songs or whatever. That is probably your sacral chakra wanting to come out and be free, and you probably have some pent up shame and guilt and things like that that you can release from your body through these movements. So I feel like I've been writing music. Oh, dope. And I have a studio session next week about some really personal things. Let it out. I just heard lay it on the mat, which is a saying that they say in a lot of African traditional religions, because they're usually using a mat when they go to pray, when they go to divine. They use a mat, so they say leave it all on the mat. It's like channel all of the energy. I feel a lot of us are leveling up as well. That's something that I'm getting very strongly, is just like, excuse me, this energy of leveling up if you have been doing the work. If you have truly been doing the work to level up. I'm hearing DNA upgrades. I just heard light as a feather. Let me see what light as a feather is. Somebody, if you've been feeling lightheaded or feeling like you're zoning out lately, your spirit guides are telling you to drink more water and eat more fruit. And I'm also getting this message of just needing to ground in general. Let me tell you about my playlist. I asked Siri to shuffle my songs, and the first song that played was New Apartment by Ari Lennox. And we know that you are moving. So that's funny. It's funny because I'm looking into Lukumi as well. Okay. So definitely think about that. Probably your ancestors confirming things for you. Pay attention to all of it. I'm gonna just go ahead and channel. I feel like I'm also getting something here about praying. And for those of you guys with religious trauma, like myself, it's you've been feeling tired. Okay, same. And I just got something about kind of like, excuse me, whew, Lord, kind of like zoning off and just like wanting to fall asleep. I know for me, I've been super, super tired lately. It did not help that I had an edible yesterday, but really just wanted to work with that medicine to just relax and really just embrace all of this energy. If I'm gonna feel sleepy, then fine, let's be sleepy. So, what else was I getting? I'm hearing something about being in tune. In tune how? How are we being in tune? What are we talking about? Yeah, I'm hearing something about like beats. I know like drum beats or songs with a lot of bass are very, very grounding. So pay attention if you've been craving songs that have like, even if no matter what they're saying in the song or whatever, like if they have that really deep like bass, like rhythmic bass in the background, pay attention to that because that is really grounding and that could be your body kind of asking for some grounding here. Monday, I fell asleep around 3:30, woke up at 7:30, got food, ate, was asleep by 10:30. Where are my sleepy girls at? And especially during Pisces season, and we just had a Pisces new moon. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We're going to be moving into Aries season soon, and by the time, I think even before Aries season really picks up, which is going to be around the 22nd-ish, so that's next week, you're going to feel the energy pick up immensely. So your spirit guides are kind of saying too to kind of rest while you get the chance. Allow yourself to be in this kind of dreamy energy. I'm also getting this sense that maybe you want to be a little bit more alone than usual. I'm getting two different things. You might either really want to like get out there and be around people, or you might just kind of want to be by yourself. Whichever one you feel called to, go for it, because I feel like that energy has a chance to like switch up in a couple of weeks. You're going to start feeling it a little bit different soon. Okay. I also just heard something about adventure. Spirit is talking about go where adventure is calling you to go. So adventure for me, I feel like a lot of us, we put too much pressure on what adventure might look like and might be for us. But really, adventure could be, I know for me, like as somebody who don't get out the house all that much, like adventure could be, you know, going to the craft store and just see what they have there, or you know, going to a restaurant that you've never eaten at, or you know, just a lot of like try something new, try something out of the ordinary, push yourself out of your limits a little bit. That's kind of what it feels like. Big Aries, are you already feeling that energy? Are you an Aries? Let's tease. Deaf in loner mode right now, which is why I've been feeling more productive. I've been kind of ignoring my friends, which makes me feel bad, but I can tell I'm doing more for myself. And that's really important because I think a lot of us as empaths, we get so overwhelmed by other people's energy and we don't always have the language to communicate that we just need to like be by ourselves for a little while to get things together. But I feel like as long as you're trying to communicate that with people, I think the right people will know, okay, like I get it. I feel like I've been ignoring some of my friends too. just because it feels like a lot. It feels like a lot. I have a lot of first house energy, so I can feel the Aries shift coming. Yeah, I have first house planets too. Um, so yeah, I can definitely feel this shift in energy coming. Like it's like I know that it's not here yet, but I can feel it like in the distance, if that makes sense. Like premonition, like a premonition type energy. I can feel it kind of coming. Aries, Sun, and Moon, and Venus. Okay. Big Aries, but I'm definitely sleepy, and Pisces season is whooping my butt. So go ahead. I feel like that's what Spirit is telling us, though. Take advantage of that, right? Because as with somebody with that much Aries in your chart, like that strong Aries placement, I feel like you have to really refuel yourself. And so it's like, a race car, yeah, if we're thinking of Aries as a race car, it's like, yeah, the race car, you fuel it up and it goes and it goes and it goes and it goes. But when it runs out of gas, where's the race car going? Nowhere. So even if you have very fiery placements, very get up and go placements, like me, I'm a Sagittarius, very adventurous, very outgoing. But if I don't have the energy to do it, I cannot. I cannot do it. Hi, Veronica. Happy Moonglow Wednesday. We need to talk about my birth chart because my Venus sign is hilarious. Is this Sagittarius like the rest of your chart? I'm also an Aries Venus. Ooh. Fiery love. Fiery love. Y'all know I'm not necessarily an astrologer per se, but I know some things about astrology, but intuitively I'm just feeling like maybe a lot of people with um Aries Venus placements are very creative. I'm an Aries moon, my dad is an Aries sun. I need to research more in depth of the astrological side so I know when all these shifts are happening and how it affects me. Yeah, I would just learn your own chart first because there's so many different aspects, pun not intended there, but there's so many different aspects of astrology. I recommend that you learn your own chart first and then start working on the aspects. Like just learn the basics of how a chart works because that can be confusing in itself, like where everything is, how it's all lined up, like all of these abbreviations and Latin terms and stuff like that. It's like, what the does that mean? Finding that out. I actually have a really good book for that in my Amazon store. I call it my astrology Bible. It's a big green book that says astrology over the front of it. And I always tune into it when I'm looking for information on a certain planet. It has all the planets, all of the houses, all of the signs, and it talks about the energy around them and just like understanding what a chart is, how to like, it's a really good way to get started. I recommend starting there before you start to understand, okay, well, this is trying this and what, like, yeah, it's a lot. House placement doesn't help either. That's definitely me, so passionate, but can get burnt out quick. Absolutely. Mine are all my Aries are in the 5th house. Creativity, of course. Probably why I live in the studio and work with the children for work. Yeah, that makes sense. What book? Sorry, I'm crocheting and listening. So there's a book in my Amazon store. My Amazon store is linked everywhere. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, wherever. It's in my link tree, my Amazon store. But I can't remember the exact title of it, but it's a green book and it says astrology over it. It's like less than 20 bucks, I'm pretty sure, around 20 bucks, but it's a big fat book. I have it somewhere around here. It's a big fat book that talks about astrology, and how to interpret your chart and your placements, which is really handy. Yeah, I don't know if I can find it. Guys, I got so many books and they're all just sprawled all over the place. I recommend also learning tarot as well as astrology because some of the cards make the signs energy. For example, The Sun card is Leo energy. Yeah. I disagree. I think they connect, but I think they're both very distinct. Even though they have connections, they have very distinct energy and distinct, so I disagree with that. If you're going to learn tarot and astrology, I feel like if you want to learn both, there are ways that they can connect. Oh snap, yes, thanks. I'm gonna check out your store after the live. Definitely do. There's a bunch of really good books in there. But yeah, that one I call my astrology Bible. That's why I don't know the name of it, because I just call it my astrology Bible. It's a green cover and it says astrology over the front. It's like, it's thick. It's like this big. Yes, justice is literally me, with it being the number 11. My birthday is October 11th. Balance is definitely key for me. Interesting. Yeah. What else has everybody been up to? What's the energy been like for y'all? Oh, also, question, did everybody vote in the survey? Has everybody cast their vote? We are very, very close to having 100 people who have taken the survey. For everybody who has already taken the survey, if you don't know what I'm talking about, tell me. I am hosting, hopefully, a spiritual retreat either late this year or early next year. But the only way that can happen is with your guys' help, voting on where you want to go, what you want to do while we're there, when the best time is for you to travel, excuse me, that kind of thing. So yeah, if you haven't taken that survey, I'm gonna need you to take it. I'm gonna need you to take it. We're at 83 people and I need 100. Connecting with my inner child, same. I feel like I've been connecting with my inner child a lot lately. Don't judge me. I have this pull to watch. I'm not judging you for that. I love watching cartoons. And that's one of my favorite ways to connect with my higher self. I took the day off of work for a self-care day. I love that. I love that. Good for you. Yes, go vote. I know. Has everybody voted? It's 555 right now, by the way. Has everybody voted? I have 83 qualified. I have 112 people who have taken it total, but you know, only the qualified people count. So that's over 18 with a budget of $2,000 or more. Just because the company, that's like the median price. So they want to make sure like people who go are going to know how much it's going to cost. But, yeah, 83 responses. So we need math, 17 more. And the top destination right now is Bali, but Bali and Costa Rica are still neck and neck. So the next, 17 people could come in and Costa Rica could sweep it if you would rather go to Costa Rica. I'm so excited to see where we end up going. I think it is going to be so fun. I know no matter what the destination is, I just know it is going to be so, I'm going to have fun planning it, like what kinds of, workshops and stuff that we want to do, along with like whatever other activities we get to plan while we're in the country. Like, it's going to be lit. I just know. I just know. I feel like the lives feel so naked on Instagram and YouTube because we can't play music. It's the copyright stuff. I'm trying to get like you calling off and not feeling guilty about it. It's a mindset. We're going to talk about that in the Higher Self Slingshot course. It's a mindset, and you have to unlearn a lot of things to get there. The price includes the plane ticket? No. So It doesn't include the plane ticket. It's kind of like, think about it kind of like a cruise, or almost like a all-inclusive resort in a way, not necessarily, but so the price will include all of our lodging. So most of the options that we have are going to be from 5 to 7 days. So that is lodging for the whole time. Let me start from the beginning. So it doesn't cover your plane ticket, but it covers shuttles to and from the airport. They'll have a couple at different times depending on when you get into the country. And then they will take us to our hotel. We have a welcome dinner when we come there. That's a part of all of them, all of the options that we have. But then it pays for your hotels wherever we stay. Some of the places we might be going to more than one city in the place, but it pays for all of your lodging. It also pays for most of your meals. So breakfast is always paid for. Most dinners are paid for, and most lunches. There's a couple that are going to be on you, depending on maybe where we want to go as a group, or if you want to try somewhere like specific when you're in the country. And then it'll also include all the activities. So there's a bunch of different activities we can do, just depending on who takes the survey, what everybody wants to do. So there's stuff like we can go visit waterfalls, beaches, we can go on food tours, we can go to cooking classes. There's a lot of different stuff. And I won't be able to plan any of it until everybody takes the survey. So the $2,000 or more is going to cover all of those things, plus all the workshops with me. So we'll be doing meditation, like spiritual workshops, how to connect with your spirit guides, like whatever. I don't know exactly what I want to be doing yet. But yeah, so taking the survey, it doesn't commit you to anything. It's just letting the company know that I have people who are interested in going on a retreat with me in the first place. And it will help to kind of see where we want to go, what we want to do, that kind of thing. Does that make sense? I have a manager who makes us feel bad for calling out. Someone has to be on their deathbed to call in. Yeah. But when you shift your mindset, you shift your energy, you can get to a place where that's not going to bother you, or you can be in a whole nother job that it won't be like that. When I was chronically ill for an entire year, stress was a huge cause of it. Yeah. Stress really is a cause of so much illness. There's only one you, but they can find another worker tomorrow. Leave them high and dry. That's funny. Yes, thank you for your explanation. Yes, so definitely go vote, please. Go vote for me. Let me know where you want to go, what your budget is. Like I said, if it's not over $2,000, they won't count it. So at least put $2,000 down there. But honestly, I feel like that's a pretty decent price. It could still be less than that, but I won't know how much it is actually until it's time to plan, until I solidify everything. And once everything is solidified, once I know how much every ticket is going to be, there's also going to be like payment plans for us. There's also going to be payment plans. There'll be a group chat for all of us who are confirmed as going. So everybody will be like updated on that. It's about to be 44. Or I think I saw 43:33. That's interesting. Maybe not enough people knew we were going to be here on YouTube. Sometimes I like when the group is just small though. But I really need people to take this survey. Should we move over to Instagram? We did that yesterday from TikTok. We moved over to Instagram. I feel like for so long I was going live on TikTok like every single day, and then when I started just going live on Wednesdays, it was easy to just tell people, hey, I'm going to be going live on Wednesday, and everybody would be there. But I feel like since we've been moving platforms and stuff like that, like the consistency hasn't necessarily been there, so people are still learning that I'm going to be live on a certain day, if that makes sense. I'm thinking we should move to Instagram. What do y'all think? I could pull some more cards, do some more messages, see what else our spirit guides got to tell us. You're down for a little social media hop. It's already settled. The day of the eclipse, my ass will not be at work. I don't care. I'm calling in that day. You're funny. Go, girl. Be empowered. Be empowered. Take your power back. Who votes? Let's go to Instagram. I was thinking maybe your guides told you to move away from TikTok to IGs. I was literally thinking that too, Latisse. I was thinking that too. Because I didn't even know about it. Like, I know it's happened a couple times where they've been, like, threatening to ban TikTok. But I'm pretty sure that's why my guides told me to get off. Do you work with dragons? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I work with dragons. I have a lot of clients with dragon spirit guides. Why? What's up? Do you have a dragon question? I like it when it's chill like this. Me too, but I need people to take this survey. If you're watching this back and you haven't taken the survey, go take the survey. Because I'll post this up there for people to watch. But I'm going to need y'all to take the survey. Take the survey. Take this survey. Otherwise, we're not going on a trip. What was your question about dragons? Edlin? I can't remember how to pronounce it. I know I've asked you before. I'm very particular about pronouncing people's names correctly. It's important to me. Ugh, it just feels so naked in here. Nobody else wants to go to Instagram? Just Latisse. Everybody's like, it's quiet here. Let's just stay here. Actually, no question, but they are very powerful. They are very powerful. They're really sweet too, though. Like, a lot of the dragons that I have connected with, like, they're kind of like gentle giants. Like, they're this huge, crazy, kind of scary energy, but like when you talk to them, they're just so sweet and so soft and just very protective. All the dragons I've connected with are just very protective. I've been watching Avatar content and made me wonder about having animal guides. You probably do. If you're wondering if you have animal guides, you probably do. Probably so. Yeah. I'm just down for the cause, man. I appreciate you, Latisse. I really love that about you. I appreciate it. Plus, there's a bunch of new people on Instagram that don't really know what we're all about yet. So that's crazy to think you can just sit and talk to a dragon or a mermaid or a fairy. Like, wow, how do you unlock something like that? It's like, it seems like a dream. It does, right? It's honestly not as hard as you're probably thinking. I promise you it's not. We all have the ability to do it. And that's literally what I do, is I teach people how to do that. So if you're interested in that, definitely you can book a spirit guide whispering session and we can definitely get started for you, Jada, on how to start connecting, what your abilities are, because everybody's are a little bit different, but we all have access to the dragon realms, fairy realms, mermaids, past lives. Like, we all have access to all of that. It's just a matter of learning how. You're good with moving to IG? Okay. I vote we move to IG. I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to go get a drinkity drink, and then we're going to move over to Instagram. Okay? Sometimes I can't hear them, but sometimes I can feel them. It really just depends on your abilities and where you are with each of them. We can talk about it more on Instagram. Yeah, give me like 5 minutes. I have to go get some water. If you are on here and you haven't taken the survey, go take the survey. That should be enough time. And then we'll meet you guys over on Instagram. Okay? Let's go. Go take the survey, please. If you haven't, go take it. And I'll meet you guys over on Instagram.